If you have used Cash App in the past 6 years, that means you would have had an account anytime between 2018 to 2024. Then I'm about to show you how you can get thousands of dollars for free from a recent class action settlement. There are many people that are owed this money and they have no idea, and you could be one of them. And before you ask, yes, this is legit.
The electronic payment service Cash App could award its users more than $15 million as part of a new class action lawsuit.
Have you used Cash App in recent years? If so, you may be owed thousands of dollars.
Current and former Cash App users could be eligible for cash.
And I'm about to tell you everything you need to know and do to claim your money now. What's up, guys? This is Monique and welcome back to the channel. I am back with the news that you can use, but first, if you are new here, hello, bonjour, hola, aloha, konnichiwa, wagwan, shalom, assalamu alaikum, jambo ciao. Namaste. So lately, I don't know if you have heard, but there has been a lot going on with Cash App.
A class action lawsuit settlement has ordered Cash App to pay customers impacted by fraud. And I've heard from a lot of you who were scammed out of money in different ways through the app.
I have been hearing a lot of people all over the internet talking about their accounts being closed and they still have money in them. People have been also talking about their money being taken or just having problems with Cash App in general. If you have had any problems with Cash App, comment down below and let us know. But let me tell you what's currently going on with Cash App that's causing them to have to send you a check for thousands of dollars. And that's because in 2021, a former employee of Cash App who still had access to sensitive info of people that had accounts with Cash App, and that's even after they left the company. But that person managed to obtain the personal info for over 8 million Cash App users. Now, after that happened and Cash App found out about it, they sat on that info for a while because they didn't tell anyone until 2022. Now, that's just one piece of the puzzle that happened. There's also another situation in 2023 where there was another person that was using people's phone numbers to access their accounts. Basically, what happened is when people changed their phone numbers but they forgot to update it in Cash App, those phone numbers were still connected to their account. So this allowed unauthorized third parties to access certain Cash App users' accounts by claiming those old phone numbers. So after all of this happened, there was a lawsuit that was filed against Cash App for failing to install controls to block unauthorized users, for mishandling customer complaints about the security breaches, and for the fraudulent transactions in these accounts. There are actually people out there that have been affected by this and don't even realize it. So I'm going to be telling you how you can find out if you are eligible for this or not in a second. But before we get into that, I know one thing a lot of people want to know is how much money can I get? Now, how much money you get will of course depend on a few different things. One of them being how many people actually file a claim to get paid. But they are saying that the maximum that you can get, that Cash App will pay you, is $2,500. Now let me know down in the comments if you can use an extra $2,500 in your pocket right now. Especially with the holidays coming up, this can be something that's right on time. But there are some things that the $2,500 is supposed to be covering. And that's things like if you had to get credit monitoring after these data breaches, if you had to get identity theft insurance, or even new bank accounts and cards. They are also paying if you had to cancel your bank account because of fraudulent activity. You can also claim fees like overdraft fees that you received in your bank account, or the late payment fees that you may have received if you didn't get refunded for it. But that's not all. You can even claim up to 3 hours of loss of time. And you can charge Cash App at a rate of $25 an hour. And what the loss of time mean is basically the amount of time you had to spend dealing with the data breach, for the amount of time that you spent on the phone contacting customer support, or even reporting unauthorized transactions in your account. If you had to freeze your account, the time that you took to actually freeze the account, they have to pay you for. And here's another thing to keep in mind. If you had any transaction losses, like unauthorized withdrawals from your account or transfers, you can file a claim for that, but you will have to provide documentation like maybe a bank statement. Now please don't just take my word or anybody's word for all of this. You should also research this yourself, and you can do a quick Google search and all of this information will come up all over the internet. And that's for my people that may be skeptical about if this is real or not. But I also put an article down in the description for you so that you can look into this more. But by now I know you are probably on the edge of your seat trying to figure out how in the world do I find out if I'm eligible to get paid this money from Cash App. So the first thing that will make you eligible is if you had a Cash App account between August 23rd of 2018 and August 20th of 2024. Now, some people will be receiving emails or letters letting you know about your eligibility, but if you do not receive an email or a letter, you can still access and complete the claim form online. And I'm going to put a link to this down in the description, but they are basically going to ask you some questions. One of them will, of course, be your contact information that you'll have to input, and they will also want to know your cash tag, which is the Cash App name that you use. But keep in mind, you can only submit one form per person, and that's even if you have multiple accounts that you want to check to see if they were affected. You would just have to add all of your accounts right here in this box. And then they're going to ask you some more questions, one of them being, did you experience an unauthorized account event in the form of an unauthorized, unintended, or fraudulent withdrawal from your Cash App or Cash App investing account or any linked financial account which occurred between August 23rd, 2018 through and including July 18th, 2024, which resulted in financial losses. So that's one of the things I mentioned earlier that they will be paying you for. And then again, remember, you can get reimbursed for the time you spent contacting customer support. And that's going to be one of the questions that they ask you. You'll have to select any out-of-pocket loss you had and how much time you lost dealing with it. And of course, they will ask you, how would you like to get paid? And there's several ways that they are going to pay you, and no, Cash App is not one of them. But you can have your money deposited to a prepaid MasterCard, to Venmo. You can get direct deposit, or you can get paid through Zelle. You'll just choose which one you prefer. And then at that point, you sign, hit submit. Now, this is going to be something that you want to jump on right away because there is a deadline for this, and it is approaching. It is November 18th. So if you were affected, if you think you were affected, if you are unsure if you were affected, get on this ASAP and apply. Now, one thing I do want to let you know, though, that a lot of people that may give you this information, but they will not share this part. If you apply for this class action settlement, and if there's another lawsuit that comes along after you file this claim, you will not be able to be a part of another related suit. So I just want to make sure I give you all of the information that you need to make the best decision for you and your family. But this is all the current information that I have found about this. I really do hope that this helps you out, and please like this video because that helps me out. Other than that, I thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we are out. Peace.